Okay, look, it says recording paused. Meeting is now streaming live on YouTube, but it says recording paused.
So we're pausing
So hold on,
the
let me
recording.
see.
Well, we're here anyway. Hi guys, welcome.
Isn't that hilarious?
Welcome to the Puffcast. We're Puff, and then we cast in our Puffcast, and we cast Puffin.
Puffing and gassing. We've been puffing all
Puffin
day.
and cassin, puffin and cassin. I ate a gummy and an edible too, and now I've just sparked this beautiful Jack Herrera. Might get a little chatty. Jack Herrera sativa. Such a great strain. Jack Herrera is a fucking legend too.
It is a really great strain.
You know who Jack Herrera actually is? The original Jack Herrera, the dude they named it after?
Of course, but enlighten the audience.
Okay, of course, but okay, good, because you'd be not my friend anymore if you didn't know who Jack Herrera was. Yeah, Jack Herrera wrote a book called The Emperor Wears No Clothes, and he did a lot of hemp activism, and he's a legend. Anyway, was a legend. Now there's this
Now you're
great
educated.
Now you educated. Look it up, Jack Herrera, Herrer. The Emperor Wears No Clothes. You know what's pissed is someone stole that book from my club, and he'd signed it.
He signed it?
He fucking signed it, and someone
That's
nicked it
wild.
from the club, and I was so mad about
Who
that
do you
one.
think it was, though?
I wouldn't name names if I even thought I had a clue.
Yeah, I imagine you just
If
started.
I thought I had a clue, that person would have got a phone call. I would have showed up at their house and
Yeah,
been, I'm
true.
looking in your fucking books.
You wouldn't wait for like a year later and call him out on the podcast.
That was probably about 5 years ago when he got nicked. But it's when I had the books open in the club, like more accessible. So what do you think that shit's just? Is it a book drop off?
Yeah,
whatever.
People are just gonna go in and snipe that right away.
Whatever. It's good weed. Okay. We got a great Puffcast ahead of us today. We've got 3 great guests. It's our second part 2 of our Women's Day special, and we got 3 wonderful ladies who a big part of my life in the last little while. So first guest is Caryma S'ad. She's a criminal lawyer, and she does all these great little cartoons, and also is slave owner. We could say that's what I call myself, slave owner, owner of the 420 Cannabis Court. Anyway,
oh my god,
that's where we did our shows last year. It was.
I don't know if you should self-identify though as a slave owner.
As a slave owner, because that fucking club was my slave. Anyway, or maybe I should be the slave.
You are the slave.
I'm the slave.
Yeah,
the club is the slave owner.
The club is the slave owner.
You know what? I think that's what I meant to say.
That's what you meant to say.
Jesus Christ! Someone don't clip that
Nobody
and
clip that.
use
Actually,
that against
clip
me.
it.
Fuck.
Let's go viral.
Shouldn't
Let's
eat
do
that
it.
gummy. Anyway,
let's go to context.
Okay, and then also we have Alice Rose, who has a comedy production company called Comic Songs Production. She does all-inclusive comedy across the city. And also we have Dena Jackson from Comedy Records, who's going to be up talking about her new album, Blue Lights.
Nice.
So that's what we got. But
Pass
cheers,
the show.
guys. Oh.
Cheers and smoking
Cheers.
if
Okay,
you got them.
I gotta just get something off my chest. I got 6 minutes before our first guest comes on. I've been writing about this all week, and I know there's a lot of people that feel this way. If I have anybody against me on this, I'm gonna be super surprised. But I'm pissed at Uber Eats, guys, not just because most of the time the food comes when it's lukewarm, and it's not the driver's fault, it's the system's fault. And, you know, these drivers work their butts off and they get paid very little. In fact, there's a lot of, you know, crying out about how little Uber drivers get paid.
It's crazy.
They get treated like absolute shit. The restaurants that have to use Uber Eats, I heard that they get like 30% less off their food, which is like, you know, sometimes just your profit margin, especially in a pandemic when you've got to like use extra plastic and extra labor, or you don't have any fucking labor.
Yeah.
And then another thing too is that there's the scams going around. Don't anyone do this, where you order your food, and if you don't get your food, like an item of your food, you can say, hey, I didn't get that item, and then you get it refunded, no questions asked. But that comes out of the pockets of the restaurant, not fucking Uber. Now, that being said, they're a business, and people agree to these things.
They agree.
But now they have millions of dollars to pay celebrities, like big celebrities.
Yeah, yeah.
At first, the first one I saw was like Picard. I was like, Picard? Sell out? Like, you fucking need that. Like, how much?
Where was the Picard one? Oh, this one here.
Yeah, I think he's with Mark Hamill.
Wait.
Mark
That's
Hamill.
Patrick Stewart. Yeah, Patrick Stewart. Yeah, there he is.
Sorry, Patrick Stewart, not John Luke Picard.
I'm like,
I'm such a fucking. This is how much of a sci-fi nerd I can't even
they call it charmingly confrontational ads.
Okay, but no, thing is, these people are no way they're doing it for free.
No,
okay,
no,
but when I got
no,
mad though was when
not.
I saw last week, I saw fucking Wayne's World. I mean, they're in their 50s for fuck's sakes. They look like shit with the makeup on. Poor guys.
They look like, and Mike Myers looks like he's stuffed. He looks like he's wearing a Garth costume. Like it looks like they put a face on him and everything.
Regardless, I'm mad because it would be fine if you just paid your drivers really well. You still would have enough. Okay, now you have enough money for 5 celebrities instead of 10.
Yeah.
Kim fucking Kardashian? Why?
But why do we need this midlife crisis?
Really, rich get richer, poor get poorer. And I know so many people that work for Uber Eats.
That's like George Clooney though, doing like
shit job.
Like George Clooney did like Nespresso ads. You're like, why are you doing this? Like why?
Because it sells Nespresso.
I guess. But why does he need to do that?
The thing is that is maybe Uber Eats is like because they want to compete with DoorDash and Skip the Dishes, which are much better services, by the way.
They're trying to associate with celebrities so that people like them more. Right? Oh yeah, Uber Eats. That's the one that had my favorite. I love Mike Myers, so I love Uber Eats. Like that's how the marketing.
I need to like this joint.
Fuck, I had a terrible experience with Uber Eats. My God, I ordered food and I hate when it says that there's another stop before it gets to you. I hate that because right away you know something's gonna get fucked up, and it did. It got to the house. I opened up the bag, wrong order. And it was like nothing too. Like I ordered enough for 2 people to eat, and this was like a couple spring rolls. And so like this guy's laughing probably because he's got like a $60 order, and I've got his like $10 or whatever crap he had there. And then so I call the delivery driver right away, and he completely calms me. He goes, "Oh, you know what, man? I'm so sorry. The app messed up, and I checked it a bunch of times. I'm so sorry. I'll call the restaurant. I'll get them to remake it for you, and we'll get that refunded. Don't worry about it." He said, "Don't worry about it."
Don't worry about it.
So I wait for an hour, and I'm like, "Is my food ever coming? Is the new food coming?" I call the restaurant. They're like, "No, he never called us. He never did anything."
What the fuck?
So dude just took his tip and then pieced and just did his next order, and the restaurant had no idea. And Uber Eats said, "Fuck you, that's our money now."
You should have called the restaurant and said, "Listen, get off them. Call DoorDash immediately."
I blasted them on Twitter.
Or Skip the Dishes. There's other food services too.
If you ever have any issues with any company, blast them on Twitter. Tag them on Twitter, and they will go insane. It does work. Immediately they will respond to you.
Before we bring our next guest, I'll segue quick because Kate Davis, the comic, she had an experience. She had an experience with can't remember where she was going, but she has a whole bit about it where she got there and they'd overbooked the flight. And so they're standing there at the counter, like with their bags, and they're like, "What are you talking about? You can't. You overbooked the flight. I'm getting on this airplane." And then the husband was like, I've got this," and starts trying to deal with this diplomatically. And then she turns around, just hits Twitter, and just starts firing up tweet after tweet after tweet. And then over the loudspeakers, "Could Miss Kate Davis, please come to the counter?" And they just gave her tickets. Like, are you serious? Yeah, it worked.
That's crazy.
I don't know. I thought that was funny too, but
that is hilarious.
Yeah, it does work. I bitched at Pizza that way. When Pizza was next to me. When they were, I don't know if you remember that you
bitched at them on Twitter?
Facebook, actually. I tagged them on Facebook with a photo of the garbage that they'd left in their back, and the raccoons had strewn all over the back alley. Oh my God. And I hashtagged them.
You tagged it under the reviews, like under the review restaurant. Google reviews. It's like an image with rats.
Just hold on though. This is it was like 2 years after there'd been a problem where we had actually called them, called the manager, called head office, called the city, and not just me, but all the neighbors, you need to not leave your garbage out for everyone to get it.
Yeah.
And they wouldn't do anything about it. So finally one day I just kind of got mad, and I took a picture of the garbage, and I I put a long rant. I'm like, I just can't understand how, pizza. I can't how this is that we've done all the right things. The only thing I can think of is that they're a secret cult of rat worshippers, and this is how they honor their god. And
on Facebook.
Yeah, and then I hashtag them rat lovers.
Hashtag rat lovers.
And like 15 minutes later, they got back to me.
Oh yeah, now, of course.
Nothing was done.
But at least.
But it was hilarious, and they did call me back.
Had a laugh.
I'm sure head office tried to get something done, but
no, that's ridiculous though. That's
actually
can't believe that.
One of the things that made me freak out was when about a week or two after that had happened. Anyways, I got tired of just like not like trying to do it diplomatically, and I started just like grabbing the bags. And my neighbor too, he did it too a couple times. They used to own the ping pong lounge. We just grab the bags and just throw them in the pizza. Like, here you go. And like there'd be people trying to eat.
Oh my god.
And we just yell at them and like, you guys are pigs.
Oh my god.
When I heard Pete was doing that, and then I started doing it too. It was hilarious. Anyway, sorry, that was just a segue. I told you I'd be chatty if I smoked sativa. Here we are.
I haven't smoked yet. Should we call up our next guest? Our first guest.
Call them up. Bring it up.
All right.
Bring up the first guest. First guest. As I said earlier, is Caryma S'ad. She's a cannabis lawyer and advocate, and she also does landlord-tenant lawyer stuff, and she's cartoons, and she's a woman of power. Hi, Caryma.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
I'm good. It was such a beautiful day.
It was awesome until it started raining.
It was so brief. It was
a bountiful rain too, I feel. And I was inside for it, so I was okay.
Oh, that's good. Nothing worse than getting caught in a bountiful rain.
Outside my sympathies, that was
Toronto, it happens so little. We're just like, oh, I'm waiting
you just hear that
rain.
Crack of thunder, and then it just comes down. And you're like, oh god.
Oh well. Anyway, but did you have a busy week? You've been doing lots of cartooning and posting, I've been noticing lately.
It's just keeping busy. It's been a weird week.
Yeah. It's been a weird week for a lot of people. I think this is the week of change. But yeah, you were doing I love watching your cartoons though. Here he's pulling one up.
I'm gonna find one here.
This is a poster that he did. Need legal advice? Is that the one you're pulling up?
I think so. Yeah, right here.
I love this poster. I don't know if you can see it if you're watching, or if you're just watching me. Are you watching just me?
I can see it. Yeah. Aw.
Did you do that one? Because that one's really beautiful. I like that.
I work with an illustrator, so I will give concepts and sort of creative guidance, and then they like create magic, honestly. So I'm really lucky.
Yeah, no, I like it. It's fun to watch. Actually, I think when I tuned in most is when you started like nailing Adamson's barbecue. And then he's took note of your cartoons though too. I think
he sent all of his minions after me. My goodness.
His minions.
Oh my god, I don't know. This pandemic has got Pandic. I've totally shortened it now. The Pandic.
Fucking Pandic.
It's gotten. Everyone's so divided. It's so strange though to see.
On every topic.
It's like, you know what? I can make a cartoon if I want. What are you gonna do about it?
Yeah.
Yeah, he wanted to buy it at like right at the outset, and I was like, cool, sure thing. Here's the price. And okay, there was not an agreement on the price. And then he like tried to get it for 25% of what I wanted, and was like, if you don't sell it to me, I've had people offer to recreate it, so like I'll just do that. And it's like, oh, okay.
That's hilarious.
Go wild. I mean, yeah, it's too bad. Whatever.
I think I like your cartoons anyway. I just wanted to say that.
They keep me happy because we've talked about this, but like it's a way to process all of the madness, right? Like through sort of a humor lens.
Yeah.
And it's, visual, and I'm not clever enough to make skits. So there we are.
I just share memes. So you got one up on me. I got a good meme game though. I'm going to defend my meme game. Anyways. But yeah, sometimes I just want to provide a laugh for somebody. I can't write the joke. I don't know. People say I'm funny, but I'm a better storyteller than anything. But to do what comedians or comics do, brilliant. Anyway, props. Just saying. Oh well. But yeah, you got through winter though. That's good. And you're starting to plan some. Are you going to plan some 420 court things?
I am hoping to. Yeah. Like, I mean, it's really hard to obviously predict anything, and it's sort of, you know, wanting to be responsible, but then I also have a lot of questions about how things are opening or unfolding, and like, you know, so I honestly don't know. I would like to, and it's my intention that if, you know, if the rules allow for it, then we're going to work within those confines.
If not there's lots of spaces where you could get away with it a little bit more, perhaps. Especially if there's like more rules. I think they're going to let the rules go this summer because this summer's supposed to dip and then another rise
And
again
they
in the
have
fall.
vaccines are rolling out
Vaccines,
too.
people are going to be feeling more confident to go out.
CDC already said that if like you and the people around you have all had vaccines, you can be in a closed room together, no mask.
Well, she's an open room.
Like,
Yeah, we're open outside.
I mean, that's what the CDC has said so far. So it's like, that seems pretty back to normal to me. Like, I'll get the vaccine if it means going back to like just chilling inside, no mask, like groups.
I crossed Yonge and Dundas today, and it like looked normal, except for people in masks. But like it was not, it was not a quiet scene, you know. So the nice weather is bringing people out, like, you know, and understandably so. It's been rough being cooped up.
I think the masks are here to stay for a while, even if the government says it's okay.
Well, they noticeably
I think just
curbed
people we're gonna just be like this.
Yeah.
Some people are just gonna wear them for the rest of their lives now.
I haven't been sick for the past year, which is like, you know,
That's the reason. It's not gonna be because of COVID.
Like no runny nose, no sore throat, nothing, none of that shit ever. And no flu shot either. I haven't even gotten the fucking flu shot, and I had no flu, nothing. Been fine.
Also, I think some people like the fashion. I think some people actually. I saved money on scarves this year. I didn't have to buy a scarf.
You don't have to
All
worry
my old
if
scarves
you
are
got
there
a
for
pimple
lunch.
on your lip or something.
Right?
I don't know.
From like a privacy standpoint, it's also, I mean, it's not like gonna prevent facial recognition outright, but you know, there's a lot of like cameras out in public spaces.
Oh yeah.
So there's an advantage there for sure.
Yeah, that's why some people think, oh, I'm covering my face. Facial recognition won't get me. That's bullshit.
It'll get you, but like
face shapes.
It'll get you when you go around and take it off to do something like.
It's
somewhere.
just funny in the end. But yeah, well, whatever. I'm looking forward to shows in the summer. I definitely am going to take over that park I did last year. They can't touch us there. If we're allowed groups of 10, if there's little groups of 10, like nowhere near each other, that could happen, right? I don't know.
Just we all spontaneously and independently
just let it go
into the park, and we happen to be broadcasting. That's all.
2 6 people.
There'll be more people if the cops show up.
No, but if they locked it down further, like we're in gray zone. If they went back to red, I wouldn't have, you know, our park pro shows.
I think red is worse than, or no, gray is worse than red, isn't it?
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah, which is dumb.
It's a very stupid system that they devised. Like
gray seems kind of like meh.
Why not be like monkey is the bad one, and then giraffe is when we're good? Like
that's dumb. Like, that's so dumb.
They could go by numbers, which have like a clear sort of, you know.
I think black zone would probably been a lot more dire than red zone, but
you're like shit. We're in the
black zone.
I don't know. Is there a black zone? I don't know.
No, I ate gummy before I'm sorry. I'm smoking.
Apologize.
We got a beer going on. This is pandemic, Joey. Not making sense at all. Oh well. Well, that's good. Well, I'm glad to see that you're keeping on and doing all that stuff. You must be getting a lot of. I was going to ask too about the rental stuff that's going on. Holy shit! Like I almost had a rental crisis and called you. So many people are in rental crisis, killing me.
It was bad before, and now it's just we've added this extra pressure on, right? And like I don't know, it's the tribunal is operating, but at a very sort of slow and reduced pace. So it's just creating all of this chaos. And yeah, I'm like super busy, which is unfortunate because it means that there's a lot of people in crisis.
Yeah.
That's true.
No, there's some permanent homes in the park around the corner from here. They're
Trinity
pretty
Bellwoods is packed.
I'm still mad that they bugged that guy that built those homes. You did a cartoon about that one too.
Yeah. Even if the rationale is we're concerned about fire safety, well, okay, what about freezing outside safety or
you know that right by like
shelter safety?
He made them properly though. They were well made for little huts.
Yeah, stupid. Like he just solved it, and they're like, nah. But like you know that right by Dufferin and Queen, now there's that little kind of auditorium space area.
Mm-hmm.
It's being completely taken over with just like homeless, like, and they have literally a banner up that says, "Please don't fine us."
Mm.
Like what? The fact that needed to be there, that somebody approached them and tried to fine them for that is nuts in the first place, you know?
I think it's interesting how some people live completely on their own and some have to live in a mini city.
Yeah.
Like that's a new thing.
They set up a porta potty there though too, so I don't know if that was put there afterwards.
Because that there was a tree in the park that really got hit pretty hard. That's all I gotta say. I take the dog for a walk every day. I'm like, oh, I gotta avoid that tree. Anyway, that's another topic. That's a gross topic.
Like,
they can't go into a business and ask to use it. No,
even like delivery drivers can't use businesses for bathrooms. So
my brother's a truck driver and he struggles to find a place to use a bathroom on the road.
For all of the talk at the outset of like bringing us all together, I think that has not materialized in any meaningful way, unfortunately.
No. Well, I'm hoping that this does actually, drop the rent at least somehow, but I'm not seeing any rents dropping. People are still paying the same amount so they're getting kicked out, and then the landlords are like, I'll find someone. I'm like, where are you finding people?
And then you see condos still being built. You're like, who? Why?
Well, those contracts started before pandemic, so they have to keep going.
Like, I know, and then you look around and like every corner Starbucks gone.
Fuck yeah.
Starbucks. No, but that's a huge sign, right? Because for a Starbucks to come into an area that they've done the demographic testing to make sure that this is going to be an area that's going to grow. That's why they're there. So for them to pull out, that's a bad sign.
A lot of the Starbucks downtown though are near business areas, as in people move, because the Starbucks that are near.
But to lay off your entire staff and close everything, that's a huge jump. We're talking like young and college. We're talking about main places.
Zero sympathy. Sorry, they're a corporation.
No, I don't know.
How about the 40 or 50 businesses?
I'm just talking about a sign of the times.
40 or 50 businesses that closed in my neighborhood alone.
Yeah, but I'm just talking about a sign of the times. So if a corporation can close like Starbucks, we're all fucked.
Yeah. Well, whatever. All I know is that they better fix it fucking soon, because, well, actually, I guess maybe now the weather's getting warm. They're going to just say, oh, it's okay. You can just now sleep, all of you, outside.
Everybody outside.
That's it. We're not going to fix the rent situation in Toronto. Everybody outside.
What's wild is that it's not just Toronto. Like, there's tent city in Hamilton, in London, and like everywhere. So
all the towns are doing that.
You can't afford to live here, but like, where can one afford to live? It's really like, not to be a downer, but it's kind of bleak.
Well, I got to live with this schmuck to stay downtown.
You guys have a great wall back there. I like that a lot.
Yeah, it's stuff from the underground. It was his idea. Actually, when we got the apartment, that was the first thing out of his mouth. He's like, well, you know that stuff from the underground you got in boxes?
I was like,
you should put that on a wall. We'll start a podcast. Like, all right, here we are.
On the wall.
Yeah, it feels good to cast with my crap. So one day when I finally reopen, I will. I won't feel like I lost anything. We just we're temporary, You
transitioned. You pivoted.
It did hit me hard when Vapor Central went down, though. Oh my God, when they closed up and announced last month, I was like, oh man, you're like this close to the home stretch, boys.
Sucks.
And now there's no vapor lounges in Toronto, like at all.
When weed is legal in Canada, like what the fuck?
No, but all those restaurants that closed down in Leslieville, including like the space next to Underground, dispensaries
Queen
everywhere.
Street is 1,000 dispensaries.
I don't really have a problem with it. It's just ironic that like everyone's just smoking at home, even before pandemic. You're just gonna go smoke at home? Why don't you
So
get
lame.
lounges? Oh, well.
Yeah.
So I have a feeling that now that we've all started something here in Toronto and we've all lost it, all kinds of corporations are gonna come in and be like, oh, we should put a lounge. Oh, we should have put a lounge. We should put a lounge. And we're gonna be like, I don't have the money to do what they do.
Welcome to the McDonald's McSmoke Lounge.
Stealing our ideas. Yeah, McSmoke Lounge.
McSmoke.
McSmoke.
That's gonna be coming. McSmoke Lounge.
Well, whatever. What are you gonna do? I'm just bitching and I'm high. And
No better time.
bitch to the lawyer and be like, listen, we gotta do something about this.
Rant as well.
Oh my god. Well, is there anything you gotta get off your chest? Anything you need to rant about? Now's your time.
Oh man, I didn't prepare for that. I don't know. I usually put on a positive face for things.
Or whatever. You could just leave on a positive note of, I don't know, tell our 6 viewers. It'll be 50 by tomorrow.
Definitely
Most people watch it
now.
the next day. It's kind of funny. But yeah, I don't know if there's anything you want to say.
There were 6 people watching. That's hilarious.
Is there?
Yeah,
Fucking
legit.
hilarious.
Bang on, our 6
me
people.
guess.
We
There's-
got you.
Linda, Paul, Anthony. I don't know who else would be watching.
Does it tell you who's
What
watching?
you're on? Huh?
Does it tell you who's watching?
No, I'm just guessing because I know who watches.
PM.
That's fair.
That's Paul. Yep, I was right there. One of one.
Yeah.
Oh, and Linda. Yeah, there's Linda.
That's jokes.
Oh my god. Well, they're my friends. They were always at the club anyway. You know.
But we should let her.
I don't know, but maybe by like 4:20, maybe it's gonna be warm and like allowed to be outside. I don't know. Not that it. I mean, I don't know. What's real anymore? Like
It is surreal. It's dystopic. But,
very. All of like the worst parts of every dystopic like novel are just.
No, because one thing I've been saying, and I've said like 10 times on this podcast so far, that I'm not considering it an apocalypse yet because I haven't been able to hit a zombie with a baseball bat. And when I'm allowed to hit a zombie with a baseball bat, then we can call it.
No, that's when the vaccine goes wrong. Then that happens.
Oh,
we got about a year.
I'd love to just smash a skull with a baseball bat right about this point.
I'm thinking
But I
it's
don't wanna do it
2022.
to anything that would, feel pain, like a human
Sure.
or an animal. But a zombie, zero guilt.
Zombie animal.
Fucking
Different story.
just like I'd even
Zombie
have trouble
cat?
taking out a werewolf.
Imagine kicking a zombie cat. How good would that feel?
Like a
Why?
football, man.
It's a zombie.
My cats are gonna hear that and be upset. But I definitely want to be on your team in the apocalypse because you will defend me with a bat, and that's amazing.
Chainsaw. I'll have to pull out the chainsaw. We
I
can
have
do
no
a
like
chainsaw.
tangible skill, so I'm like screwed if we do. If society breaks down, like I'm done. I lose my glasses, I'm fucked. Like it's not a good scene.
Light a
I can't run. I don't know.
I
Yeah,
can light
use the
a
glasses
fire.
to light a fire.
All you just need to know how to light a fire, and then you have all the friends you need.
This is true.
I can make an apple into a smoke out of an apple. That's what I can contribute.
That's a good skill, There won't be a bong shop in the apocalypse. I'm being silly. I'm sorry. Well, I guess we could probably do one last little thought. I don't know. Let me see. What can I ask you? What was something that you learned and you did like about being in lockdown this last year? What is something that you got out of it? Something good.
Good question. I took too long. I've already taken too long.
No, it's your
No,
time.
okay.
Oh God.
Donut.
I mean, I guess coming to, I don't know if this is a good thing or not, but coming to the realization that so much of what was my day to day was fluff and unnecessary fluff. And I'm probably not going to bring it back into my life. So I just enjoy not having a bunch of commitments, I guess. It turns out that I am suited for sitting at home and doing very little.
Well, the first part was great. Just saying that we need, I bet you a lot of people did think exactly the way you did. Like, well, I didn't need this in my life and you didn't need that. I definitely did go through that. That's
I purged a lot of shit that I was like, why was I doing that for so long? This doesn't make any
But
sense.
it's not just purging stuff, it's purging behavior.
Yeah.
I think where,
Behaviors, people as well, to some extent.
toxic people.
Yeah. Just because you weren't allowed to hang out with them anymore, you're like, I feel better about myself now that I'm not around these people anymore. You're like, wow, that's a weird feeling.
No bags under the eyes.
Yeah,
That's what
shit.
I love.
The skin feels great.
I hear that.
Yeah, it's real.
Yep, that is definitely, it's very,
COVID fatigue, and then there's going to be the COVID glow up as well.
the what?
There's going to
COVID glow up, yes.
be the COVID glow up.
Glow up.
Yeah.
I like that.
Where people actually are like,
It's the glow
took
up.
control and fucking flipped their life around because everything else was crazy, They're like, well, everybody's fucked just like me. I'm not alone anymore. So now I'm going to turn my life around and be better than everyone. They're one of those people,
Yep.
There's the reverse, like the folks who like had it together and are like, everything is lost, and like descend into.
I'm trying to just
like, they'll come back, but they're just fatigued because they're not used to this lifestyle. But then there's some people that have been introverts and been living like this already.
Oh, and they're in their
and
glory.
now they're just thriving.
I don't know. I'm kind of in between where I feel like I just want to get into a cocoon and just wait. And then when it's over,
like an ice pod.
and then, it's spring, and then I pop out and I'm a beautiful butterfly. Yay.
I mean, for a long time, I had told myself, if I could just have like 2 months where the world was on pause and I didn't have to do anything, I would blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And so that didn't really happen, but like, I guess I'm learning to be like kind and forgiving with myself, because
That's important.
it doesn't matter anyway.
That's it. That's the spirit. Because why? It doesn't matter.
Well, it's
Who the
because
fuck
what
cares?
comes around does go around. So if
Yeah.
you put love out, that's what you're gonna get back.
Exactly.
Anyway. All right. Well,
Thank
that's
you so
we
much.
gotta wrap it up here. I just wanted to say thank you.
Thank you
And
for having me.
to check this lady out if you need lawyer services, if you need defense lawyer, or if you get kicked out of your house for undue cause. Caryma S'ad, everyone. Caryma S'ad, lawyer advocacy. He's putting your website up right now.
Thank
And,
you.
Follow her. Her cartoons are fun.
Yes.
Keep you through the
Much
day.
appreciated.
And we'll see you very soon.
Definitely. Take care. Be safe. Stay well.
That was Caryma S'ad.
Yeah.
Yay. Caryma S'ad.
Fun.
Yeah, those court shows last year were fun.
Coolest lawyer I know.
She's a cool lawyer. She's a cool lawyer.
It was a cool oiler.
Killigami's kicking in. All right. Let's just not fucking
this
go. We'll keep
comedy
it going
train
here. And we're going to
rolling.
bring on your next guest is Dena Jackson. And Dena Jackson works with Comedy Records, who just helped to produce an album called Blue Lights. And here she is, Dena. Yay! How you doing?
Can you hear us?
Hey, how's it going?
Good.
Yes. Hi. How are you guys? Sorry, I'm just trying to figure out what's going on with my connection so that I can.
It's okay. It takes a second.
Okay. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Yep. We hear you fine. Yay.
Cool.
Well, welcome to
I've got a special guest here. I've got a special guest as well who may.
Cat.
This is Peanut. Hi, say hi, Peen. Oh, that's enough. She'll be here as well.
The thing about cats in Zoom is that when you try to put them on the camera to show up, they always like, man, get away from me. And then the minute you ignore them and try and do your thing, the cat's in your face.
That's right. That's exactly right.
Butthole in the camera.
Present to the camera.
It's on their terms because you are their staff. So that's how it works. You work for them.
Nah, we're doing our OnlyFans now.
Yeah.
We used to let Oscar in the podcast, but he's terrible on it. So we fired him. And now he's in my bedroom crying at the door.
He keeps asking for his lawyer back.
Aw.
Yeah, you'll get your lawyer one day.
It's not a contract. If you misbehave, you go to the room.
Bark in the podcast.
We literally gave him everything. He had his own camera. He had a bed, which is actually a cushion from a couch. And then he had like bones and nothing. He just kept barking.
He just barked at us.
Well, he's probably regretting that move now.
Yeah. He's not barking in the room. He's just like crying quietly. It sounds kind of.
So did you say you guys are doing this from your storage locker? Did I read that? Or yeah.
Yeah.
That's where you are right now? Because it looks really cool.
No, it's our living room.
Converted.
Oh, okay. Because I was like, wow, you like really decorated it. It looks amazing. I was like impressed.
Just go and hang out in it.
Yeah, I was like, I thought that's what you wrote on one of the posts. I was like, wow, I'm very impressed. First of all, with the size and the decor of the storage locker. But yeah,
I had all of the club stuff in a storage locker.
Oh, okay, got it.
The box and put the stuff on the wall.
Right.
Started
Out of the living.
Well, it looks awesome. I was like, I've never seen a storage locker look like that. That looks amazing.
Electricity.
Yeah, I was impressed. I didn't know.
You can easily put power in one of those, and if there's no
It's not a bad
windows,
idea.
then you actually have
Convert it.
perfect lighting because you can control it.
Full studio.
I've seen people actually plunk them on their lawns as offices. There's one in behind the club,
Shit.
and it was like a big gray storage locker, and it had a mini window.
Yeah. I've seen people use them as offices too. And I was just watching a thing on Netflix. What was it? The
Tiny homes.
The Sinner on Netflix is really good. It's with Jessica Biel. She's in the first season. But anyway, there's some bad guys and they like have a storage locker and that's their kind of that's the address they're always giving out, but it looks like someone's living out of there. Anyway, I digress.
Note to self, watch The Sinner.
Yeah, it's so good. It's one of those things you get into it, you can't stop watching it. I've only watched the first 2 seasons, but anyway, yeah. It's with Bill Pullman. Do you remember Bill Pullman?
Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah, he's the star. He's really good.
How old is he now?
He's getting up there. I mean, I don't know. He definitely looks like from the last time I saw him, he's aged like, 10 or 20 years. But
He's getting up there. I don't offend him.
no. I mean, he looks, I don't know. I have no idea how old he is. I can probably Google it.
Oh, well. Well, what have you been up to during the pandemic? You've been just hibernating away like everyone else? Not doing
I've definitely been getting creative. You make a lot of schedules and some days you just wake up and hope that you have something to do. But I've gotten kind of used to it now. Everything's virtual now, which sucks. And I think everybody's just really sick of it. So anytime I have a reason to go out and do something, especially just if I'm outside, pretty excited about that. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, I couldn't
do
a comedy show. I just I wouldn't understand how to format it or how to market that. And I'm props to everyone who does it. There's a lot of guests we've had on here that run Zoom shows, and it's just like how good for you.
I haven't even
all I know is how to maybe interview people, and then once we got settled here, we started. So here we are.
Yeah, I've done a couple of them. They're all right. Like it depends on how they're organized and stuff. They're nothing like live comedy though. And anyone who tries to say that they are, I'm sorry. It's a live art. You're meant to embrace the energy of the room and connect with the people in it. And we're all
the pheromones, the smell of the pheromones.
Yeah. There's a whole vibe to
it. You can feel the vibrations in the room as they bounce off each other.
Exactly. And it was like that at the Underground. It was so famous for that because I don't know, it would just be so fun when it was packed and then you would get that kind of domino effect, like one area of the room, it just start getting them going and then it would sort of move and it'd be slower than a non-weed club because everybody's stoned, but it would pick up and then it would be the best feeling. I miss that for sure.
Yeah, we definitely, the best way I just tried to describe it to someone, and I think I want to almost write a blog about this, how weed comedy is different than alcohol comedy in the way that inertia works, and how inertia works is like a thing won't move until you really push it, but if a thing's heavier, you need more force to get it going. But then also if a thing's heavier, it's harder to stop it.
Yeah.
So that's how I felt about stoner comedy. It's like, yes, it's harder to get it started, but once you start, you can make them laugh at nothing.
Yeah.
And it's just a different
Yeah, because they're on a roll. There's a level of trust and like
They
you
start
said, the
giggling.
energy. The
And all I have
energy.
to do is just make a face, and then suddenly they're laughing at that too.
Yeah, that's true.
I always love like when you would get a giggle instead of just like an outright laugh, because like to me someone like giggling was like that's someone thinking extra about stuff on the bit that you just said, and they're almost like they're filling in the imagery in their head at that moment, and so they're kind of like giggling to themselves because they're either like whatever relating to it, or like it reminded them of something else that made it double funny, personally.
Yeah.
That to me, I miss that shit.
Yeah.
Especially with weed, like
When
in the
someone just
underground.
pulls out a
In the
random
underground, people were
snort.
giggling and shit all the time. Yeah, and snort.
Yeah.
There was one chick that I have on 2 recordings from King's Absolute Comedy, and she had a dolphin laugh. And you could hear it like plain as day. It sounds like a dolphin is in the audience, just like peeking at times.
That's a memorable thing.
I did not ever forget that. Like,
I don't even know how dolphins sound like.
One of my favorite things about the underground, or just from good memories it shows, is like, when maybe half the room doesn't really get what the comedian's saying, but there's like one table that does, and they're like gut laughing. That is the most fun, right? Because you're connecting with them on a level that's like, it's different. It's like it doesn't matter if the rest of the room gets it. It would be great if they did, but this particular group, they're really, really connecting with it. And moments like that are really cool. And that happened there a lot. I like that. But it's like those kinds of things, like, you just can't capture them virtually. It's great that people are doing them, like you said, but yeah, I'll be excited because it's warming up already. So I'm excited when things start happening outside again, and
Yep.
which they will.
Yep, I plan to do my park shows. I figure even if we're staying in the area we're at right now, we're allowed 10 people at a time. Just don't sit anywhere near each other.
Yeah, there you go.
Like quite a bit. Like I might go along with a couple of hockey sticks and go, I want to get away with this.
What have you guys been up to? What have your routines been like? Like what's shifted and that you actually like? Is there anything you like about this?
Sleep. I mean, I for 13 years I didn't sleep, and now I can sleep all I want.
Yeah, you look great, Joey. You look like super rested and like, yeah, you're looking good.
Thanks. I did sleep a lot in the last 24 hours. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it feels nice, right? I've had more time to do that as well.
I take the dog out for a walk in the dog park, mid-afternoon some point, and then I come back and I eat, and then I watch TV. And at some point I try and get some, baking orders done, or tweeting, or, Zooming.
Mm-hmm.
But there's not really much of a routine other than I seem to be up at the same time every day. So I don't just sleep all day out of bumness.
Yeah, but you got your flow. I mean, I feel like we've all kind of, even if you don't like it, you've kind of gotten used to it now, right? Like, so kind of, like, I wasn't expecting this. Obviously, my whole life changed. I was supposed to go on tour right when the pandemic happened. I was supposed to go out west with Claire Belford, and we'd like planned it all and booked it all, and the tickets, and had a show booked every night. We had some theaters booked, and all canceled. And all of a sudden I was going from doing that to, and then I was going to do some more shows when I got home that were not in the city. And it went from that to all of a sudden me and Barry are in this 1-bedroom condo and our cat, and just like kind of working right beside each other like 24 hours a day. So we've both worked with it, you know what I mean? We've both survived that. But it's definitely a shift for sure. I feel like we all feel it.
Are you doing more yoga than usual?
Yeah, doing more yoga. Actually, my work has been pretty good because I do speaking work, right? Like I do motivational speaking and stuff, and I speak about yoga and mindfulness, and that's actually been really good during all this because a lot of people want tips on mental health and stuff. So grateful for that. And then teaching virtual classes. Sorry?
I said, yeah, I guess this time of year there'd be a lot more people this time.
Yeah.
As well as this time of year, the pandemic probably really, I don't know. I thought about it. I thought, is there yoga on TV? And then I just go for a long walk and I stretch every night. That's good enough for me. 6-hour walk.
That's good. Have you heard of yoga? Have you heard of Yoga with Adrienne? Because she's great. She has a YouTube channel. Oh yeah, she's amazing.
Totally
If you ever want to do it, like in your, it's nighttime or it's raining and you don't want to go outside or whatever, try it because it's free. And yeah, she's awesome. She's got like 10 minutes, 15 minutes. I recommend it for sure.
I might check it out. But what I am thinking of, don't laugh, is because I'm thinking about Tai Chi.
Oh, I like that.
I could do it when I'm 90.
Yes. And you can be like those people in the park. They seem very at peace.
I
Yeah.
totally want to be like these peaceful old people in the park.
I really enjoy watching them. I'm like, I want to get there. How do I get peaceful like that? Because I would like to be there.
Well, that's kind of where I was thinking is that I would learn that because you're stretching. You can do the more complicated things when you're younger, but then as you get older, you just do more simple movements.
Yeah. I think that's a good plan.
More than one thing. I learned just one thing, and then it's there till I'm dead, which isn't probably too long. I'm kidding.
I think you got a long ways for that, but I think it's a good move getting out there and doing the Tai Chi. I'm on board with it, and I would love to hear how it goes. I'd like a report. So it might be something I put my toe into,
Yeah.
I find them very relaxed. I feel very at home when I'm at the park and there are people doing that. And actually, when I used to teach yoga to comedians, which Johnny, you've been there, and sometimes I would see people like far away doing the postures, like they were joining in. Like, do you ever see Bridesmaids when they like try to do a fitness class? But I was telling them, I was like, you can just come do the class. Like, you don't have to pay. Like, just come here and do it. I was like signaling them over, but they still would do them from a distance. It's like, we can see you. Anyway.
I can see you're going right along with us.
Yeah, come on over,
Maybe they're just shy.
Oh, wow. Well, it's good, though. It's good that you're at least staying sane and taking care of your brain and staying busy.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's cool that you guys are doing this. How often are you doing these interviews and stuff?
Every Thursday we do it now. So
oh, nice. That's cool.
Next week we're gonna do a Patty's Day one with Fiona.
Oh, nice. Yeah, good call. She's awesome.
Yeah, actually, one brag before we sign up. We got to get going soon, but one brag is I know you're veggie. I started making veggie food, and I made a really good recipe for veggie shepherd's pie. So I should get you a veggie shepherd's pie.
Oh yeah, I would love that. Let me know. I love veggie shepherd's pie. That's one of my jams. And Barry loves that too because I make that for him sometimes. That's like one of our, because he's not veggie, but he ends up eating it a lot because he's
Well, I'm trying to make one that like you could fool a meat eater with.
Ooh, yeah, I would be down to know for sure.
Maybe I'll just give you a pan and you just heat it up for Barry and just forget to tell him.
Yeah, I'll tell him. He'll be stoked. Or I won't tell him that part.
Unless he sees the podcast. Just don't let him see this podcast. So
yeah.
Okay, that sounds like a good plan.
Cool. Was there anything you wanted to say before we sign off? Is there anything you want to get off your chest or anything you want to?
Yeah, I'm going to confront you guys with something I've been holding back on. No, I'm good. I'm happy that you guys are well, and yeah, I'm excited for I think a month from now we're going to be outside doing comedy again. I honestly think it's going to be soon. It's been a very mild winter, so even though we've been stuck in here, I've been grateful for that. And
yeah, we're lucky.
I think by June we're going to get those vaccines going. Life's going to come back. I swear. I think it's going to happen. So.
Yep. Well, I miss you. And
yeah, I miss you too. And I'm glad you're doing this.
That's kind of why I'm doing this. I just want to maintain connections with everyone. So
yeah, for sure. Oh, there's I can see a picture of myself on my website. Cool.
While we chat in the corner of the
yeah, for sure. Right. Well, I think this is great, and you and I are neighbors now, Joey. So
we should
go for a walk or something.
Well, when I get the shepherd's pie done this weekend, because I'm going to be doing deliveries this week, I'll bring you some.
Okay, that sounds amazing.
It's nice to come for a walk with me. If not, you can just grab your food and run back.
No, I would like to go for a walk. I'm not going to just take something. Thank you for putting the time and energy into making this. I'm good. No, let me know, and we'll go for a walk for sure.
Forgive you, but yeah, cool. Okay. Thanks, Dena.
Yeah, of course. Nice to see you guys. And hopefully, I'm sure I'll see you guys soon.
Definitely.
Bye.
Okay.
Bye.
That was my bad. I got off. Sorry, dude.
Oh my God.
I'm always trying to time it. I never get the timing right. And
Sorry,
you
I
were
literally
choking.
had a loogie back there, and I was trying like, I love you, Dina. Sorry, guys.
We're terrible. But there's only 7 of you, so it's fine.
All right. Well, I think we're ready to bring on our next guest.
Yeah.
Who's waiting in the waiting room. So
Waiting patiently.
this is Alice Rose, who's a comedy producer, stand-up comedian in Toronto, producer of Comic Songs Productions, who's an inclusive producer. And here they are. Are you there?
How are you?
I can hear you.
Hey.
Hey, how you doing, Alice?
Oh, I'm all right. How are you?
Good, good. I haven't seen you since last summer.
I know, it's been so long. So long.
Ew.
How's Oscar?
Can you hear him whining in my room?
I know.
He got fired.
He got fired from the podcast
he's
because
not.
he disrupts it. But
Yeah,
maybe I'll bring him on at the end.
All right. Yeah.
At us.
He usually just barks and goes crazy, demands shit.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, of course. You're focusing your attention on something else, so he needs to put that to an end. I got that. Yeah. Yeah.
Technically, he's like
All
7.
right.
He's not. He could learn that. He could learn that it's not jail. It's the bed we sleep in at night.
Yeah, why?
Stop
Yeah. Why do you want to get out of there? That's where you sleep every night.
No, all day long. If that room is open, if the door is
you're
open
chilling.
and I'm doing stuff, he runs in the
Yeah.
bedroom and sleeps on the bed. So
His separation
there's
anxiety.
no reason. No, he just wants to be a part of things.
Yeah.
Little brat. Anyway.
Yeah, that's it. My dog's the same thing. We have a crate for him where we are crate training him, and if we put him in there at night or when we leave the house or something, he goes nuts.
Yeah.
But at night, if we just let him loose and leave the door open, you wake up in the morning and he's sleeping in there.
Great.
It's like his favorite place to hang out. It's his little cave. But if he has to go in there, it's completely different. Completely different. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
How's the show going so far?
Yeah, we've been doing this is like our 9th one, I think, every week. So
Nice.
Dena Jackson.
we did it basically every week since today's show.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna warn you, I ate a gummy and
Yeah.
We've already had our ups and
if I misunderstand anything, it's not you, it's the gummy.
It's the drugs. Got it.
Gummy.
Got it.
Is
Of
there
course.
Is there such a thing to have your vision both fuzzy and sharp at the same time? Like it's milky but super sharp. You know, like when you're on
I think
shrooms.
that's called cataracts.
No, it's like
Yeah.
Anyway.
Where it's just like, oh, so it's like the peripheral is really sort of soft, but when you're focused on something, you're like crisp focused on it.
I feel like I'm on shrooms. Oh, it was probably the sativa. I smoked some Jack Herrera too. Anyway, whatever. I'm just totally
Yeah.
I'm so high. I'm too high to be a host thing. The thing
And
I
it's a
hated.
fun- Your fault, Mom.
The thing I hated most on my stage. Like, I'm too high to perform. Get the fuck up there and perform.
Oh my God. If I was too high to perform, I would also be too high to tell anyone that.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
Like
That's so true. I'd be the same. I'd just be like, I hope it gets better soon.
guess I'll figure this out. Like, I remember like what was it in Hamilton? They had like cannabis culture. They had like a little lounge, and who's the guy that does like the moon rocket? What are they called? Fukushima. Dan? Yeah, he gave us one. Every table got one
oh, I
to
love
share.
those Fukushimas.
Right? There's 5 people at like each of these tables, and he's like, only one. You share it. Okay.
Yeah, because that's enough.
We all did that, and it's done. And then I go up and to do a set, and it literally felt like I was floating the entire time. Most terrifying feeling. You just feel like you're hovering like this while over the audience while you're doing your set, trying to focus on the words. But then I realized that everybody else
For everyone, just
felt like they were floating too. Like we were all on the
You're
same
all the
ship.
same.
Yeah.
oh yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
love is because there's so many different kinds of weed and like the oil and the keef in it. I find on period day where I'm usually like tank and I'm a total cunt, and then I smoke that and I just am normal. It's the weirdest thing. Whereas like usually on normal days, versus the one not normal day I have. So yeah, it was, but years ago I would find that if I did salads with hash, that would kill period day too. So it's almost the same thing.
Nice.
I don't know. So if you're ever
Pro tip,
feeling in a
ladies.
shitty day or you feeling off balance, Fukushima, moon rocket.
That's it. I find weed in general is so good for pain relief and like cramps and stuff, but it's nice.
Migraine.
My problem is, yeah, migraines, indica, sativa, whatever it is, I just like it kills my productivity. I can't do anything. And that's a problem for me because I also can't sit still. So it's a really weird conflict of just like, I need to do something, but I don't want to move.
Yeah. Well, that's
It's
why
so bad.
I like having both sativa and indica around so that in the daytime I just don't touch indica and then I'm not a slug. And then at night I go for indica and then on period day I blend it all. So
Yeah,
sorry,
just everything at
once.
once.
So this is why I'm
I'm going through it.
fixated. Just went through this.
Yeah, I've been on this shit.
Anyway, whatever.
Yeah, I had a nice sativa that I was enjoying for a while, strawberry toff that I got in the summer. I don't smoke a ton, but it's so nice. And then now I have this hybrid Waka. I'm smoking Waka, and it's definitely a hybrid. Like it gets you like your mind firing, but also really relaxes you. And I just sort of zone out on things, which is really nice.
Yes.
You know, those when it's like 8 o'clock at night, it's the pandemic. So you're like, why is there still time in this day? What the fuck else am I gonna do? Like I'm gonna be so bored just watching Netflix for 4 hours and then just go to bed. So you just smoke a little and the time passes and you're good.
Yeah.
I was like, one night I was so bored, I said to myself, I guess I'll do push-ups.
Yeah.
Nice.
We're doing things.
Do neither of you just read books?
I can just get energy out. Like,
Pick up a
what the
book
fuck is
and go,
wrong?
I have nothing to do. Oh, I'm gonna keep reading this book.
No, but you
that
know when
I'm-
you're just like, God, I just need to like go do something. Like
I take the dog for walks then. That's
yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You have that like out where you can just go out and go for a walk.
And now that it's nice, he's
Yeah.
gonna be getting some good 6-hour ones in.
Yeah.
We roll a couple
Oh
splits,
my god, yeah.
a little shroom, get 4 ciders, and off we go with the dog.
Yeah.
That's what I'm looking for.
Good times. Good times. I can't wait till the summer so I can just disappear in Hyde Park for the day with the dog
Yeah.
and like bring a little blanket and some books and some lunch and just disappear into it. I know. I
Are
can't
you
wait.
gonna pull together some shows at Hyde Park? That was gonna be one of my questions.
Yeah. Yeah, I want to.
I like that spot that you picked. I mean, it was a bit busy, but I think that it still worked. Like-
Yeah, it was a bit busy. It wasn't the spot that I thought I reserved. There are some cooler spots, so I'm gonna play it around. But that spot was pretty cool. And busy is good because people will like walk by and
I don't
see
think
what's
any-
going on. I know.
Yeah.
There's just that one crew that sat down at the picnic table next to us and wouldn't shut the fuck up. So, but it was like, I was just like a real comedy show, you know? They had like comics in the
Yeah.
back, shut the fuck up.
Just deal with it like
Just
hecklers.
deal with it. Like
Exactly. We'll just get the whole experience. We'll bring some TVs up and play the hockey game
Hilarious.
in the back, and like, yeah, we'll have everything. I definitely want to do outdoor shows this year for sure. What
Yeah.
about you? Are you gonna bring the
Yeah,
underground?
I pull a few out. I think that
Yeah.
there needs to be some kind of, well, I have to do East End, obviously. We've got that part,
Mhm.
that little discreet spot that we have. No one really gets bothered there. But then
Oh, that's a great spot.
there needs to be somewhere, something central. I don't know.
Yeah.
Only because I live there now. I live central.
Mm.
Right. Right.
We take over
Yeah.
Allen and kick out all the crackheads and go, it's our place now. Get
Ah!
out of here.
Just bring in a whole new group of crackheads and you'll be
Yeah,
good.
I go to the dog park every day. I'm like, this dog park is big enough. We just stand in the corner and we just like, There's enough dog owners there. There's always 20 or 30 dog owners. That's better than most shows we did in the past.
That's it. Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm looking forward to doing outdoor shows again. They're a really cool vibe. They feel festival-y. And I'm on the board for the Guelph Comedy Festival now, so I'm going to be working on preparing for that in September, October. Yeah, but like virtual shows and stuff, like the podcast that we do and the D&D live stream, we love doing that, but the other shows just don't feel the same. I don't,
Everyone tries so hard. They do their best. I'm not
See that live element.
There's something about the pheromones in the room, and I need the vibrations of everyone's laughter. I need to feel it. I can't feel it. Like, you can still feel it when you're outdoors. You don't have to be in an enclosed room. But laughter is infectious. It's contagious. And so you need to be around another person laughing, you know?
Yeah. Absolutely. And it's not the same. It's great. This has taught me how to like overcome some technical hurdles and stuff like that so that we can do really good production shows online.
Yeah.
And when we come back to like in venues, I think it's great for accessibility. It's great for inclusivity too. Like if people can't afford a ticket or something, we do want to stream our live shows virtually as well. That would be great. But
it's like living out of town. They're happy to have entertainment.
And I bet so many people are going to be out doing spots and doing like Zoom shows too.
No, Zoom's not going to die. There's going to be people with social anxiety.
There's going to be like
years.
Zoom shows going on for like a long time, I bet.
Yeah, no, they're
going
to. People are going to be socially anxious for years and not going to be able. We're going to have a hard time. But those who do come to the club, you know, might likely drag people. I don't think the clubs are going to suffer. It's just going to change the people that come. I don't know. We'll see. It's coming. I feel it. See the light at the tunnel. I think I do.
It's starting. It's starting. They're rolling out the vaccine sometime in the next 6 years. I think we're Canadian. We should make the vaccine one of the roll up the rim prizes. Distribute it that way.
You just get it.
I
the
think
Tim Hortons on board.
In the arm. He just got he's got the fridge next to the milk.
I think it would be really that hard to make it part of your system. And you know, to make it optional, like maybe not make it forced, like you can't do this and you can't do that without it, but free if you want it, so that it leaves barriers to it. Because I'm not gonna lie, I'm super timid to take it. I don't want to take it. But if they told me, you can't own a comedy club, fine, stick it in my arm. Fuck, you're tracking me anyway.
Yeah.
I don't think you're tracking us through the vaccine. I was
sarcasm. You got that Johnson & Johnson one. I ain't trusting that shit.
But in the end, like
75%.
If I have to, but I'd really rather not. I'd rather just live the way I have and try really hard not to spread it like I do any other germ. I don't know.
It's just with this global impact, so you know for sure that there's so many. The problem is because it's global, there's so many different methods of like how to handle it and ways that it's been done, that in the following next like 5 to 10 years we're going to see the ripple effects of these decisions that these world leaders now made. You know, we're going to see the real impact that Governor DeSantis made with like opening everything in Florida. We're going to see the impact of like what the Texas, whatever the fuck governor did when he said no masks anymore, everybody inside. Like we're going to see, what happens in Italy with their population, like just being destroyed from COVID. Like it's going to change a lot of shit, which means that the vaccine it's going to become really important to a lot of people to get back to normal, just to fix their reputation even, just so we forget.
Yeah.
If you fucked up, you want everybody to get back to normal so they forget.
Let's move past. Let's do,
Yes, we're back to normal now. Who cares? That was when we were back, whatever.
Still.
Yeah.
Whatever makes
I think
feel comfortable, I'm happy with, as well as let me smoke weed in my club again. Can you let me smoke weed? No, I'm kidding. I'll never get that again.
No. That's unfortunate. But at least we can smoke weed. I don't know, buy it from the government. I don't do that.
One of my goals when I reopen is to have a restaurant so that people can get good, solid food when they come. So
Oh, great.
Only solid food.
I make good soup. Shut up.
No soups. Yeah.
Today.
No drinks, just solid food.
No, we need drinks. I'm serving it all.
Sorry, this employee takes everything literally.
No,
That's it,
it
yeah.
bothered me that people would come into the club with pizza and burgers. I mean, I couldn't have choice with it. I'd be like, oh, I could make such better food. So much better food than like even the good restaurants around. I should shut up. I shouldn't be bragging until I get 5 stars. I'm a chef. I'm a white trash cook like your mom. But sometimes your
Order
mom
food if you'd like.
cooks better than a lot of restaurants, and I'm
true.
that mom. But I don't have
Trust me, I guarantee you cook better than my mom, for sure.
Well, all I'm saying is that that's my goal. So then when we finally reopen, we could do food events. We could do all kinds of stuff. A slurshie machine. We need a slurshie. A slushy machine.
Oh yeah.
We like sneak vodka in that. Oh.
Yeah, no, that's
Oh yes.
vodka. It's a vodka slushy machine, so you call it a slurshie.
A slurshie.
Slurring.
Yeah. You start slurring your words when you drink it. He's drinking a slurshie.
No, and then I could have a back room, and you guys can do your shows again one day. Oh well, but for now, we got our little online thing going here, and I'm glad that you were a part of this, and I'm glad to see that you've been keeping busy. And
yeah, trying to keep busy. That's all we can do.
Yeah, that's all I do. I watch a lot of science fiction. I take the dog for long walks. My beer consumption hasn't changed.
I haven't really been drinking at all. I'm a really social drinker, so I'll go out and I'll continue drinking. Like especially as a comedian, you do a show and you get 2 free drinks, or you get a drink ticket here, or someone buys you a drink at this show. So I never had alcohol at home really. And even now I'm just like, I don't want to go to the LCBO. That's so far. I don't want to do it. And I get everything else ordered in. So I really haven't been drinking at all.
That's good.
My consumption's definitely down because I'm not slamming 6-8 beers like I did at the club. There's only 1, maybe 2.
Mm-hmm.
But hasn't changed that way. It still is there every day.
Yeah, because in the pub you got a fridge full of beer that's technically yours.
Oh man, that's why I think we were never rich. I'm kidding. Not just me, but people who get beers and be like, "I'll pay you back later, Joey." I'd be like, "Okay," because I trust them and love them. And then, where's my rent? I don't understand why I don't have rent.
It's tough. I know.
It wasn't exactly like that.
No, we're exaggerating.
It's a cartoon version of but that's the reality of what happens when you dip into your own stock too. Or if you don't, new club, I'm gonna make sure someone does. Don't let the boss touch the money or give drinks to her friends. That'll be
that goes to the account.
That's gonna be the manager's contract. You cannot let the boss give drinks to or touch the money to buy weed.
Touch the money, yeah.
How many times I go in and they'll be like, "Oh, you got some good weed." I don't run and get to the fucking cash register, take $20 or $100 or whatever, and just buy weed off someone. I'm so bad. Whatever.
It's rough. I need someone to take care of my finances too, because it's just, I'll buy things for the business, or I'll be like, "Oh, we need a new merch for this thing," or "We need a new t-shirt. These t-shirts are selling well, so let's buy more t-shirts." And maybe they'll sell or something like that. And every once in a while, it's like, it's $100 here. It's $25 for a new subscription for a streaming platform or something like that I want to try out. And then at the end of the month, I'm putting the numbers together and I'm like, I have almost $200 in subscriptions for things, just to produce shows that aren't making money and they're free. And I need someone to watch my finances too, because it's not sustainable.
What are your thoughts on, have you used StreamYard or Zoom? I've been hearing that.
I've been using StreamYard.
Talking shit about Zoom on Zoom. No problems, by the way. It's been flawless today.
Today was flawless.
Yeah, each platform has like its pros and cons. So StreamYard's really good because you can control what is on screen. So you could highlight one person and have like 3 people in the corner. You can add a screen share, there are overlays, and you can play videos directly in the app and things like that. So it's really cool, but it's limited to 10 streams. So only 10 people, or if like I am sharing a screen and I'm on, that's like 2 people, and I can only have 8 guests, and it really limits how many people can be on it. Whereas with Zoom, you're gonna have like hundreds of people. You can have more people, but then you have less control over what like the output looks like.
Yeah.
And then there's stream something. There are a few other options. Google Meet is an option that I was using until they got rid of their option to record.
For $20, I only use Zoom 4 times and a month because it's every Thursday, and $20 a month cuts out constantly on me, and it freezes, kicks people off. You know, it's better like if people, it depends on their connections. I think like people who have,
it's definitely half of it is the other person's connection as well.
Yeah, that's a big part of it. StreamYard is better. It's more reliable for connections and doesn't drop or anything like that. And you can see people's individual audio too. So if somebody's like really cutting out, or if they're really faint, you can turn their audio up, and there are more kind of professional settings. I'd say check it out. Actually, if you're interested for Toronto Sketch, for Toronto Sketch Fest, if you're interested for Toronto Sketch Fest this year, they're doing a seminar series, and I'm doing a workshop on how to produce virtual shows. And I'm going through the different platforms and like the perks, the pros and cons of each platform, and then how to distribute and things like that. So, if you want, I think it's on the 27th.
I don't know. You'll have to poke me when I'm sober.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah,
I'll poke you when I'm sober. You know what I mean? No. Is that a word we use anymore? Does anyone poke anyone on Facebook? I just suddenly thought of that. No one pokes anymore.
Is that still an option even? I don't know.
I think you can still poke. You can still poke on Facebook.
I just suddenly thought, I'll poke you. How old school is it? Okay, I'll DM you. How about that?
I'll DM, yeah. Just slide in there.
Oh my God. Guys, this gummy is really taking over my brain now, so we should probably like literally my eyes are warm right now, like super warm. And I'm about to be a moron. I'm gonna be a moron in 5 minutes.
All right then.
Website is AliceRoseLaughs.com.
Yeah, we got your website up for people to see now.
Oh hey, yeah. Feel free to check that out. Also check out comicsansproductions.ca. This website's a little outdated, but there it is.
What's the one you like then? He'll put it up.
Oh, comicsansproductions.ca.
I just Googled your name and it came up as the first thing, and I was like, oh, cool.
Oh, cool.
Now you know that Alice Rose Comedy. If you put that in Google, it comes up first, your site.
Yeah, that's a little better. There we go.
Yeah.
Nice shot of Michael Moses there.
Cool. Well, yeah, you do great work. I could never do what you do. It's too much work. I'm lazy.
It's too much work.
I'd rather make $4 an hour selling cookies. Sometimes that's all I make.
Yeah.
No, I calculated when I was doing those cookies at Valentine's Day, those roses, they took so long to decorate that I calculated one night how many hours did I put in, how many orders did I get, what I made off them, took off the costs, and I was like, oh fuck, I got $4 an hour.
I had fun.
It's like coloring.
Yeah. You're doing what you love too. Like this is full-time for me. I'm a full-time producer, and I haven't really made any money in a year, but it's all work that I love, and it's building up to something. I can never do what you do, running a club and running like a brick and mortar storefront and things like that. I could never No, that's
Ooh, if I
not.
can do it again. Holy fuck. Now that I've lived by myself in the pandemic and just bake for a living and send it out with Jeremy in the car,
Mhm.
that's pretty easy. I don't have to leave. There's a grocery store like 60 steps from our front door. Right there.
Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah, it's everything's around me. There's a dollar store that's 7-minute walk away. There's a post office that's maybe 8-minute walk away. Dog food store, dog park with dog.
Doggos.
Anyway, I'm just saying everything I need.
Doggos.
5-10 minute walk. It's making it very difficult for me to come back into society.
Yeah. You'd be great in a biodome. You'd be great to colonize Mars.
Hey, what?
You'd be great to colonize Mars. Like when we start to colonize and you only have so much. Sounds like you're used to living in that little bubble.
I'm gonna quote myself from a sticker that I had made years ago that I want to make into a t-shirt. We're gonna do t-shirts soon. But the sticker I had, it said, we gotta save our planet because there's no pot on Mars. I'll never go to Dallas. There's no pot there.
No weed there.
Yet. But you can grow vegetation. You can grow vegetation on Mars.
Yeah.
I don't know the quality of the strains you'll get up there because
comedy show in space. They're making the space hotel. I bet you they thought of this.
They're also
We're gonna need comedy.
So I read today that they apparently also want to send like 17 million sperm samples to the moon as like a insurance plan in case something happens.
What? No eggs? Just sperm?
Just sperm.
That's only half the equation. We're really not thinking this one through.
All this sperm and then one woman, they say, we're like, what? That's weird.
They're just clone after clone after clone. Oh my God.
That's it. One woman, and they just like dunk her in a pool of sperm every day and hope something
Did
shits.
you
read this on The Onion?
No, it was
Equally reliable source. I don't know. Yeah, that was a decision by men. Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
This is why
millions of sperm samples.
You could say that we came from the moon.
Came on the moon.
My dad came on the moon, and then I came from the moon.
From the moon.
No, they have theologically proven that the moon broke off from Earth like when an asteroid hit it like billions and billions of years ago.
So now we just want to give it
but
back.
Then it never left orbit. It just spun around each other till they got round.
Mm-hmm.
And now we're trying to just spin one off on the moon.
We're high as fucking. Sorry, watchers.
Nah,
I know there's a few of you there. Oh, Hudson's up here now too.
We got a little battery on the computer here though.
I got a low battery. Got a low battery. Okay.
Yeah, it's hot.
Is there anything else you wanted to shout out or promote or do anything? Some inspirational words, something you're mad at, get off your chest.
Inspirational words for me, I don't know. I just wear your fucking masks. Like, just stop being shitheads and wear a mask so we can all get over this and just go back to real life. As for stuff I'm promoting, our D&D live stream Charisma Mod, that is a show we've been doing for 5 months now. We're going on to episode 10, which is our last episode of this campaign. So March 22nd at 7:30, we're live on YouTube, Twitch, and Glad Day TV. Glad Day is giving us a little money to do it, which is nice. And we're giving away a bunch of stuff in our last episode. So anyone watching, if you want to check out the show beforehand, there are recap videos and stuff like that on our YouTube channel. And it's fun to just jump in. We catch everyone up at the beginning of the show, and it's going to be our finale. So they're fighting the big bad guy now. I don't know how D&D works. I don't know. I just produced the show. We've got a great host, and it's lots of awesome people. We have Al Val. We have Al Val, Tamara Siobhan.
Yeah.
Sorry?
That I watched it that one day when you mentioned it, and I was baking, cookies. I had this huge bunch of
Oh.
work I had to do, so I just put the computer on the side and watched it. It was I have no idea what you're doing because I'm a Catan player myself. But anyway,
That's more the fun.
It's so complicated, but we try to keep the like roles and stuff behind the scenes and just tell a good story. So
it was nice to see people I knew just, being themselves. Anyway.
Mhm.
All right.
And playing a game. Yeah.
Well, it was great to have you on. Thank you for being part of Puffcast, and we'll see you on the flip side when the world is more normal.
Yeah. Thanks for having me. This was a lot of fun.
Nice. Take care.
Bye.
Can't wait to see you in person again. Bye.
Yes, definitely in person.
Well, that's
There we
the show.
go. That was Alice Rose, and she runs a thing called Comic Sans Productions, and all kinds of stuff. So look it up. Look up Dena Jackson, her new album Blue Lights, very funny lady. And also Caryma S'ad, if you need some criminal or you get kicked out of your house, if you want to look at some good cartoons. And then watch us, Puffcast.
Oh, I have a new song out too.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
we should be promoting your shit. Why don't we ever do that?
We never do that.
This guy raps, like,
Sometimes.
it's white boy rap, but it's all
white boy
good.
rap.
It's good.
That's good.
It's good. It's got some
bumping.
good.
It's a good vibe. It's good times.
Anyways,
Yeah.
you can check out Johnny Rogers on SoundCloud, and you
The Johnny Rogers on Instagram.
The Johnny Rogers on Instagram, but it's just Johnny Rogers on SoundCloud.
I think it's Johnny Late Night actually on SoundCloud, but yeah, you'll find it through my Instagram most likely. At the
Or
Johnny
your
Rogers.
Facebook page. I know a bunch you probably were on the same Facebook.
There too.
But yeah, actually, there was
Check it
one
out.
story. I think I told you about this, where there was a riff of yours got stuck in my head
A riff.
of your song.
Oh, a hook or something. Oh yeah.
Where you gonna be?
And that song's not even out now. That song's not even out. So. that's
Well,
what
it got stuck in my head for like an entire day. It's good. It's good.
Sick.
Anyway, this guy makes pretty good music.
Don't forget to hit like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
Channel. Leave a comment.
See you guys
as well.
next week. Share the podcast. We're gonna do some at 420. No, we're not.
No.
We're not gonna
We
do
are,
anything.
but we're not.
But we're not.
But
And,
maybe watch social media just in case, because there
If
might
they
be stuff that
change,
comes
if
up.
they
and then
change
just
from
disappears.
gray area, which
Yeah.
they should be.
Yeah, that should be good.
Anyway, we'll see. And yeah, 'cause I miss everyone. I miss everything.
Yeah.
I
Maybe
miss it all. It finally hit me hard this week, guys. Took a year. Finally fucking shed a tear. It was for 30 seconds. I managed to get a tear out
You
for
went,
30 seconds.
Sucked it
squeezed
back into
itself
your
out.
eye.
You're like, this is useless. And then I stopped crying.
It's almost St.
Go take the dog
Patrick's
for a
Day.
walk. Anyway, it's opening up, the lights at the end of the tunnel.
It's there.